Why, hello. Greetings, everyone. It is GleeCon, and I am here. And look who we have in front of us, an OG. For all of you OG fans out there, this is Farinell. He's here, and we're not on the login screen because today we have one of our Lore of Warcraft shorts coming at you. We've been doing, I've started recently a series where we start covering the in-game lore on this show, Lore of Warcraft, where we cover every single thing in the game, every book, every manga, every quest, every little aspect of every video game. And so I thought it would be apropos, if we also found all the books in the game and we showed you where they were at, how to read them, and we read them together. So today we're going to read one called, it's on the table here, it's one of three, but we're going to read this one, The Old Gods and the Ordering of Azeroth. So this comes from the prehistoric times of the World of Warcraft universe, and it can be found in the Undercity, among other places. It can be found in retail as well, but the Undercity was a nice, easy place to access it. So stay a while and listen to The Old Gods and the Ordering of Azeroth. Unaware of Sargeras' mission to undo their countless works, the Titans continue to move from world to world, shaping and ordering each planet as they saw fit. Along their journey, they happened upon a small world that its inhabitants would later name Azeroth. As the Titans made their way across the primordial landscape, they encountered a number of hostile elemental beings. These elementals, who worshipped a race of unfathomably evil beings known only as the Old Gods, vowed to drive the Titans back and keep their world inviolate from the invaders' metallic touch. Alright, so I think we have to kind of pause and address that. This is starting off by saying that the elementals worshipped the Old Gods, and if you read Chronicles, it tells a little bit of a different, more volatile tale. So check back on some of our earlier episodes if you want to read the more nuanced dynamic between those forces. The Pantheon, disturbed by the Old Gods' penchant for evil, waged war upon the elementals and their dark masters. The Old Gods' armies were led by the most powerful elemental lieutenants, Ragnaros the Fire Lord, Therazane the Stone Mother, Al-Akir the Wind Lord, and Neptulon the Tide Hunter. Now here I think it is appropriate to look at something, the Old Gods and the Ordering of Azeroth in Classic. I want to look at this because this will tell us one key piece of information. When it was added technically in 10.7, Return to the no, that's the wrong one. Bad. There we go. It was added in 1.13.2. So this was added at the very end of Classic. So that gives us a kind of chronology here. They're planning for Burning Crusade, but as you read these things, I mean, this is very, like, Cataclysm hinting at already they're starting to think forward. So they have Burning Crusade basically packaged and written. They haven't even dropped Wrath of the Lich King yet, and we're already setting the foundation for what will come in the Cataclysm expansion. Their chaotic forces raged across the face of the world and clashed with the colossal Titans. Though the elementals were powerful beyond mortal comprehension, their combined forces could not stop the mighty Titans. One by one, the elemental lords fell, and their forces dispersed. The Pantheon shattered the Old Gods' citadels and chained the 5 evil gods far beneath the surface of the world. So there were 5 of them. Without the Old Gods' power to keep their raging spirits bound to the physical world, the elementals were banished to an abyssal plane, where they would contend with one another for all eternity. With the elementals' departure, nature calmed and the world settled into a peaceful harmony. The Titans saw that the threat was contained and set to work. The Titans empowered a number of races to help them fashion the world. To help them carve out the fathomless caverns beneath the earth, the Titans created the dwarf-like earthen from magical living stone. To help them dredge out the seas and lift the land from the seafloor, the Titans created the immense but gentle sea giants. For many ages, the Titans moved and shaped the earth until at last there remained one perfect continent. At the continent's center, the Titans crafted a lake of scintillating energies. The lake, which they named the Well of Eternity, was to be the fount of life for the world. Its potent energies would nurture the bones of the world and empower life to take root in the land's rich soil. Over time, plants, trees, monsters, and creatures of every kind began to thrive on the primordial continent. As twilight fell on the final day of their labors, the Titan named the continent Kalimdor, Land of Eternal Starlight. Now that's interesting. I don't think I remembered that Kalimdor was known as the Land of Eternal Starlight, and I wonder why they call it that. Unless you think of the sort of spirits as stars, the world spirits as stars. In which case, Azeroth would be there and kind of make a connection there. Also, I think that that language, Kalimdor, is tied into the same language base. It would seem that way from like the phonetic sounding as the language of the Kaldorei. All right, so if you want to find this one, it's found here in the Apothecarium, but there are other places you can find it as well. And that is it. Thank you for joining me. We have another episode in the pipe, 5x5. Check this next episode out where we do Nomergon on an Alliance account. Thank you, everyone, so much for tuning in, and I will see you all next time on Lore of Warcraft.